Morning guys, so today we're laying a new vinyl click lock system. This one's from Howden's, rigid luxury vinyl with built-in underlay, which looks like this. It's a nice oak effect one. It's a vinyl, but it's got a built-in rubber underlay on the back, so no underlay required. So we're going to show you how to cut this stuff and how to lay it. Best thing to do first is measure out your room, obviously work out how your boards are going to lay. I mean, I'm doing a kitchen, so I'm a bit complicated on the measuring because we've got about 5 different areas to measure, but we think we got it right. So work out which way you want it to flow, front to back, left to right, so on. And then when you're ready, start laying. I mean, I like to lay mine just randomly. I don't do a pattern. That's how my clients tend to like it. So what I tend to do is I've laid my first board, which was this one here. I then cut 2 other boards at random lengths just to give me the staggered joint. I will use the offcuts at the other end. I then measured my little pieces and put it under the dishwasher, and then slid a section of the floor in, so that way I don't have to scribe around any of those. It's just pushed in nicely. And then obviously I've done a cut up to my feet, because the plinth will cover that. And I will now show you how you cut this stuff, because it's really nice and simple. So I'll just get an off cut. I'll get my man to hold the phone. Basically, get your measurement, whatever your measurement's going to be, and use a straightforward knife, do a cut, and it literally snaps. That's how easy it is. Obviously, if you've got to go around feet or something like that, that needs to be tight, then obviously you've got to do a little bit of jigsaw work. But this stuff, really easy to lay. When it comes to actually attaching this stuff, I'll just quickly show you how that works. Get my man to hold the phone again. Get your straight edge, knife. You're doing it under the unit, so it doesn't have to be an exact measurement on the cut. So I'm just going to go under enough, give it a mark, straight edge. Literally score it nice and straight, nice and deep. Break it off. I recommend using a rubber mallet. Unfortunately, I don't have mine, so I'm going to use the back of the hammer. So you literally slide it in like you would normal laminate flooring, slide it up tight to the other board, with the back of your hammer, little tap. So guys, we've got an awkward cut now, so I'll now show you how to get around this cut. So we've got to go around here and across there. I'm only going to do it with a short piece because that's my staggered joint. So your first mark is going to be, so that's the way it's going to lay. Your first mark wants to be like that, allowing for your 6mm gap, so you put your pencil mark there. And then to get this line, you butt this piece up, like so, get it butted up, get yourself a level, or a straight edge of some description, hold it on that edge, and that will give you your return mark. And then all you've got to do, because you've got that line, get a measurement across there. Make sure you measure it backwards. Transfer your line. Transfer that line unmarked to that point. Just got to join the lot, join the dots. And that is how you'll mark out that cut. I'll pause it. Now, on the softer vinyls, I've got a way of doing this without using a jigsaw. I've scribed it. Just going to carefully run my finger down the line, down that line as well. And just be careful. We'll just snap out, just like that. Pause it now. And if you've done it right, this is how your cut will look. Okay guys, we've got another awkward cut for you. It's just another little scribe. So as you can see, we've got this piece to put in. We've got to go round this decor panel. So I've pre-cut this one, because this is going to help us with our measuring. the first thing we need to do is get our length. So that's the end we want to keep. That goes in there. So we put that down that end. Remembering we've got a 6mm gap. So mark it. Get it cut. Be careful of your floor. So just come to the end and let it go off. Without hitting the floor. With a snap. Break off your residue underlay. Okay, so that's our cut. So we're going to put that on now. Like so. Make sure it's nice and square with the board below. I'll just pause it. So I'm going to use this piece as a scribe, but because we want our 6mm gap, I'm going to cut this lip off, which you've been careful obviously not to do yourself a damage. It comes off fairly easily. Make sure you get it nice and clean. And that is going to act as our scribe line. So pencil, like that up against your board, like so. It's going to be our scribe. Pause it again.
Yeah.
You get a scrap bit. It's got a straight edge on it. Start from where your cut's going to be going in each direction. It's nice and tight. Take your time. You don't have to rush it. I like to go down. It's such a small cut. I will do this a couple of times just to give us a clean break. Such a little cut. It's good to put something underneath. Clean up the corner. Press fill. Alright, so take your first board out that you put in just as you're marking. Make sure your boards are still attached. Get this one in. Again, back of your hammer. Loves your uncle, finds your aunt. Perfect scribe. Now we've got to go around our door frames. Now to do the door frame, it's always a good idea. Get a scrap bit of board, put it up against wherever you're going. And normally you have underlay underneath this, but like I said, this stuff's got its own underlay. And using your multi-tool, use it as a depth gauge to cut. I've already cut mine. To cut into there and around, and then with a chisel or something handy, you want to just pick those bits out. So just got to try and pick this out now. It's almost impossible to do with only one hand. So as you can see now, I've got my gap, nice depth to meet piece that's got to go in. I'm quite lucky because I've got another unit going in this area, so that's why my flooring's just stopped, because it'll be under the unit. So because the door's there, I can literally put a length in there like this and literally just measure it up, and I haven't got the stress of mucking about. Okay, so I've cut this one. Yep. Oh, kick it up. So this one I've cut it to the length I want, which is from the wall to the return of the door jamb, and I've also cut it to the width that I will need inside my doorway. So now I've just got to do a little scribe it so that it's going to sit in here. So we just got to do a little scribe now. So it's got to go in there. We'll have a little return in here. cut that bit out and maybe just cut that corner off. Okay, so that's now cut, so hopefully that'll go straight in. And there you go, it's gone in, it's underneath, and our door threshold will sort the rest of that out. Just got to put our other piece in there, and we're done. Remember, like, follow, share, and subscribe to my YouTube channel. Cheers guys.